Hey everybody, Rachel Teedy here with this update on this February 22nd. We have a lot of big stories to cover today. Let me bring in Dan Levy to start us off here. And Dan, you covered police finding a body in the river today in the Mohawk, and something that's been kind of on the minds of a lot of people, I think, in this area.
For the last 3 months, Rachel, just a horrible, heartbreaking story. Police are not identifying the body. However, most people believe when an autopsy is completed tomorrow that it will indeed be 14-year-old Samantha Humphrey, who went missing November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving. We've been reporting on this for the last 3 months. We know that Samantha met up with an ex-boyfriend that night in the stockade section of Riverside Park, and police believe she went into the river that night. And there have been massive searches up and down the Mohawk, from the stockade all the way down to the confluence of the Hudson River in Cohoes for the last 3 months. Nothing has turned up. And then just this afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, a couple of fishermen spotted a head bobbing in the water beneath that railroad bridge, and they called 911 right away, and they waited for police to get there. Now, sources tell me that that head was indeed attached to a body of a young female, and that female appeared to be in a fetal position, tucked inside a shopping cart. Police would not confirm any of that. There was a news conference late this afternoon. Eric Clifford, the Schenectady police chief, said that he's not going to identify the person or the gender or the age at this point, but there is an autopsy for tomorrow.
Okay. And it's just awful. I can't imagine, again, they have not confirmed that it is Samantha, but if it is, I can't imagine. Her parents, her grandparents have been showing up to these searches. Did you see any of them today?
I didn't see them at the scene tonight. I did reach out to them, to the grandparents and the mother. They have gotten back to me in the past. I can't imagine what's going through their minds tonight.
Yeah.
But I would imagine we'll be speaking with them in the coming days.
All right. And when do you expect a time when we might hear about that autopsy tomorrow?
Well, we know it's scheduled for some time tomorrow. Whether or not police hold another news conference or release any other information, it's not clear at this point.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you for joining us to give us a little bit of update on that for sure. Let me bring in Reed Kisselback, who is the next big talker of our story today. First morning alert day, snow moving through. It's been a bit of a messy commute for some people.
It's going to be a messy commute, really more so tomorrow, Rachel, as we're going to have that mix of snow, sleet, freezing rain, and rain for some of us here. So that's where we're really anticipating you're going to have your slowest impact. So alert day issued for that reason. Snow moving in now, sleet and freezing rain looking pretty likely, and that heaviest accumulation happening for snow accumulation happening in the northern parts of our area, such as the North Country, where it's going to stay as snow longer. But here's a look outside right now in our CDPHP first warning cam in Amsterdam. Snow's starting to stick out in the parking lot there. The main road looking okay, but you can see it's coming down pretty steady as the temperature has now dropped below 20. And you can see we got some snow going pretty good too. This is I-90 at 787. Visibility down quite a bit too in some spots. So if you are traveling out on the roads this evening, be prepared for some icy spots leading to some slippery travel, some snow leading to reduced visibility, and even, of course, the road spray that could also be a factor there as well. So satellite and radar showing that steadier, heavier snow starting to push into our region. And those shades of darker blue will show you just the first morning live Doppler radar. And you can see that heaviest band of snow right now just to the south and west of Catskill. That's going to continue to push its way a little further in, and we can see just the north of Albany some steadier snow starting to fall there as well. This trend's going to continue to happen as we work our way through the overnight period. You can see, though, we'll get a little bit of a lull. You see that line of showers starting to push towards Ohio. That's also expected to make its way into our region come tomorrow. So we might actually get a little bit of a break before all is said and done. But to give you an idea, this has our snowfall rates going at 1 to 2 inches per hour, but we will get towards 3 inches of snow pretty quickly in our area overnight tonight, and that's really where they look to stay for the rest of this. You can kind of see the snowfall forecast right around Catskill South, up to an inch with some icing in place. Albany, Schenectady, Troy, even Clifton Park, 1 to 3. And then as you head towards the Mohawk Valley, Saratoga Springs, up just shy of Warrensburg, 3 to 6 inches of snow. Bennington at 3 to 6 inches, and then further north past Warrensburg, up towards Lake Pleasant, 6 to 12 inches expected, where we're anticipating to see that snow stick around a little while longer. So hour by hour forecast, we'll start to see that icing mix in as we get closer towards 11 o'clock on. That little bit of a break comes, and then we get that mix of snow, ice, and rain, and that'll stay with us through the course of the overnight period, 7 a.m. the morning commute. A little slow, a little slick in spots because of that icing. Road crews always do a great job with this, but at times when we have events like this, they will treat a road. It'll be good for a little bit, and then it'll start to get bad as it continues to keep coming down. So that's something you want to think about. Main roads are usually okay. It's the side roads that you have to really watch for a little bit more. But look at that. The conditions really steadily improve through the course of the morning commute. 9 a.m., a little bit of some light snow left in parts of northern Saratoga, Warren, Washington County, parts of Bennington County. And then really we're dry by about noontime on, and we might see another passing round of some light snow late in the day overnight again. But the other big part is the icing, where we have that warmer air aloft. You can kind of see some icing could play a factor. If it gets pretty high, this is where we could see the potential for a few isolated power outages. So we'll be watching for that through the course of the night tonight. But also, too, when you combine the icing in there with some snow, it still makes things a little bit more slippery at times. Tonight, 30. Snow, it's going to change to sleet and freezing rain in some spots for the day tomorrow. Sleet and freezing rain mainly in the morning, with a few rain showers possible late in the day as a weak disturbance passes on through. But Friday, mostly cloudy, windy, a high of 28. Saturday, Sunday, both showing a chance for a few light flurries. Temperatures going on the rise, back up into the upper 30s by Sunday. Monday, mostly cloudy, high of 40. Tuesday, a chance for some rain and snow, high of 43. And then Wednesday, partly sunny, a high of 37.
All right. Sounds good. And we do have somebody who is out in the elements for all of this. Let me bring in Taniqua Penix. You are in Menands right now, Tia. And what are you seeing outside right now?
Hey, Rachel. Well, the snow is coming down really steadily. You could see the big flurries just floating around me. We also have some accumulation on the fence here behind me. So right now, just very chilly. Like I said, the snow is steadily coming down, a little windy, so you see it at a slight angle. And yeah, just a cold, chilly night here in Menands.
It certainly is a cold, chilly night in Menands. All right, Tia, thank you so much for that really quick update out in the elements, showing us what it's like for everybody outside. So, like I said, lots of big stories that we are covering here tonight. First of all, that story in out of Schenectady County where that body was found in the Mohawk River. Again, police not confirming that it is Samantha Humphrey at this point, but it is from the same location where she disappeared right before Thanksgiving or so. Police, or rather, people are telling Dan, 2 fishermen reported seeing that body in the water. So you're going to hear from the police chief coming up tonight at 9 and 11. And then Reed will continue to have his first warning alert day forecast for us, tracking the system as it moves through the area tonight and what that can mean for your commute tomorrow. It's all coming up on News Channel 13 live at 9 and 11.